This is Minecraft's new dig site structure, introduced in the 1.20 update for both Minecraft Java and Bedrock Edition. It goes by the name of Trail Ruins and can spawn pretty much anywhere inside the overworld. Well, today in this video, I'm going to be teaching you everything you need to know about this place and all the items you can obtain, which is over 40, by the way. Right. Let's get into this. Hey everyone, my name is Echo. I thought today we could try a cinematic introduction. Let me know your opinions on that. So today we're checking out the brand new structure, and I'm going to be doing this on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Everything you see on these signs can be obtained and found inside of here, but you are not guaranteed to find one of everything each time you visit this. So I've seen some people say that the new structure is a complete disaster and it's a complete mess. Now I am going to agree, but also disagree. Now remember, this is an ancient dig site. It's been hidden underground for a very long time. It is a lost civilization, so it is not going to be perfect. I've actually seen some people say, it looks like when I gave my 5-year-old cousin the controller to play Minecraft. Now, my plan in today's video is to excavate every single sussy sand and sussy gravel block to discover what is available. But what I'm also going to be doing is removing all of the gravel, regular sand and dirt. And what I am going to do is place them inside of chests to see what we actually get here. Because believe it or not, they do actually tell a story. Now, before we do this, I want to go over all of the items we can actually find in this location. Alongside all of the items that we can find, I also placed an extra item frame, because what I'm going to do is whatever we do discover, we're going to place it on the item frames and see how many of these items we actually get. So recently, Mojang added an extra 16 pottery shards. There is a total of 20 available, and there's a handful that can be found at this location. That being the burn pottery shard, we have the heart pottery shard, the heartbreak pottery shard, the danger, which symbolizes a creeper. This one being friend actually symbolizes an iron golem. This one is a howl pottery shard. This one is a sheaf, which is practically wheat. So just by looking at these pottery shards, they kind of tell a story. Well, the fire to me symbolizes something like a campfire that was available. Now, homes and families were created here, but over time, they were destroyed. Maybe the creeper destroyed it. Maybe the iron golem tried to protect it, but couldn't do a very good job. They also had wolves to protect their livestock, and they had wheat, which also was going to be for food. And again, the lore and the story fits perfect. You can find wheat here. You can find hoe. You can find clay, which could be made to make bricks. We have dead bushes, and we also have a range of candles. Because many years ago, we didn't have electricity. Or in Minecraft, we didn't have redstone, so they had to resort to possible candles. Also available here is multiple sets of dyes. Maybe this was used for clothing. And we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 stained glass panes, which would have been for the windows. I actually think there is 7 in total, so I apologize if I've got that one wrong. You can also discover hanging signs, which to me tells a story that this location used to have a name, and that's how people would go from location to location. Alongside that, we also have beetroot seeds and regular seeds, which is also another indication that food could be here. String, maybe for fishing rods. Leads, which would have been for livestock. And then we have the flower pot, which would have been just for decoration. Coal, smelting, gold, maybe trading, emerald, also trading. Now, with all civilizations, there's always another civilization trying to ruin it. So they obviously had to protect themselves, and they have armor trims to do this. So there's 4 separate armor trims you are able to obtain here. Maybe it's just me, but this one kind of looks like an AK-47. I'm just saying. Wayfinder, Razor, Shaper, and Host armor, which can all be discovered in this location. And this is what it looks like. Right, it's time for me to start excavating. So I recently discovered something pretty cool with this structure. First off, we know this is going to be a road, but what I recently discovered is to do with this structure right here, which is actually a reference to the original trailer for Minecraft Archaeology. Do you remember this? Thought this was a pretty cool touch. So my aim is to uncover all of the blocks, and we're going to do this in survival. Now, what I will do is I'll slowly start to uncover this, because it does tell a very different story. Now, obviously, I'm going to be incredibly careful to not destroy any of these sussy versions. Now, these and these and these, they actually do have a name in the official Minecraft coding. So the pretty obvious one is this is actually referred to as road. Meanwhile, that tower right there in the coding is actually referred to as tower. Some of them are referred to as halls, others are referred to stables. So it looks like some kind of livestock was actually available here. Okay, so I've managed to uncover the first road. I'm not quite sure what this one's meant to symbolize, but what I am going to do is start to dig out these one by one until we start to get to these sussy versions. So we found our first one, and I am going to have to be incredibly careful here, because what I don't want to do is destroy anything. And we did manage to find our first bit of dye, which was a blue one. Next item that we are about to discover, that looks like it could be one of the shards. Nope, that one's another dye. So we found 2 dyes so far. So maybe this was some kind of, I don't know, clothes or bedroom shop back in the day. Let's see what item number 3 is going to be. So this looks like it is a golden nugget, which again symbolizes some kind of shop to me, because back in the day, in olden days, they used to trade in gold. So I did uncover pretty much most of this, and when I got to this point, I noticed that this pretty much is some kind of house, and it has a second floor. Now, I am being very careful while excavating here, and it is quite tedious, but it's a very different approach when it comes to Minecraft. Instead of us just completely destroying terrain, you really do have to be careful. Now, what I am going to do is place down the items in the item frames of what we found so far. So I've uncovered all of this. We do have the mud bricks, but we also have the terracotta blocks available as well. And it looks like this goes from one building into another one, into another one. Now, maybe they were separate buildings, or maybe it was all linked together. I would love for somebody to recreate this to see what it possibly could have looked like all those years ago. So I finally discovered some sussy gravel, and it looks like we have been given a brick. Let's see what this next one gives us. This one is actually giving us a glass pane, and this version was the magenta one. Let's see what the next piece of sand gives us. Looks like we've discovered our first kind of armor trim here. The first one we discovered was the host armor. We have a piece of sussy sand. This one is going to be producing what looks like a dye, which is the white one. Right behind that, it looks like we've been given a duplicated white dye. What looks like another piece of white dye. So the white dye is really, really common here. Also discovered another sussy version, and this could possibly be the second armor trim that's been discovered. We have the host and we have the shaper. So we have 2 of them already. From what I've noticed, it looks like the sussy sand is a little bit more kind, and we have been given the burnt pottery shard. So we've uncovered everything from the front of this structure. All of the structures have now been cleaned out, and I do have some additional artifacts to place. We're now starting to head towards the tower and these extra structures which are left side by side. Obviously, you do not discover any sussy sand or gravel on the path version. It starts to happen when you get closer and closer to each building. So we do have a lot to discover, but we may as well start adding a few items to our lovely wall of things that we can discover. Hold on, where's the magenta one gone? That one goes there. And then what else have we got? I got a brick, actually. We did find a brick. That one's going to go right next to the clay. And then we did find 2 of the armor trims, which is a really, really nice start. And I'm hoping we can discover the other ones, but there is still a lot of items that we are missing. So let's see if the housing can produce a different kind of shard than before. We've already been given the burn one. We've just been given the friend one, which is our friendly iron golem. And then this one looks like we've finally been given another type of armor trim, but is it any different? This time we've been given razor. It really does love giving me these white dyes. Looks like we've discovered a lead. So maybe this could have been a stable that was mentioned in the coding files. So we do have a lot of exposed items here, and I'm just going to grab them all. I'm just going to talk to you guys. So I do think the structure over there is actually a stable, and I'll show you the design in a minute. The sussy sand is definitely being a lot more generous to us. Let's grab some of these here. Come on, we got like 4 extra ones to discover here. So I'm hoping we just don't get repeat items. We've actually just been given the emerald there. Is this possibly going to be... dye. Orange dye. And here's a glass pane as well. So honestly, we're doing pretty well for trying to complete our thing. I'm going to grab this last one. We've already got this one. No, we don't have this one. This is a candle. So let's go and place down a few more items on our item frames. So we've been given the duplicated version of the pottery shard. So I'll try and put my duplicated items in there. New items that we do have. Well, that's a light blue version. So we'll put them around the signs. We've got a lead as well. So we'll put... Let's see where we can put the lead. The lead one goes over here. We have the orange dye as well. I'm colorblind here, so this might be a little bit difficult for me. Light goes there. And then we have a candle, our first candle that we managed to discover. And then we do have an emerald. And we do have this. So we're literally down to 1 more of these. So maybe every single structure will guarantee you the 4 of these. So at this point, we've uncovered what I would call like a mosaic flooring. I did also discover another type of lead. And this to me looks like it's going to be another type of brick. It's always bricks. Honestly, the sussy gravel really hasn't been that kind this time for me. And honestly, it wasn't that kind in the oceans as well. So I generally think that you should be focusing on the sand variations. So I think an animal would have been inside of here and an animal would have been inside of there. And I've just discovered that we do have ladders here. And I've also just discovered 2 more pieces of the sussy version. So there is quite a few blocks available. This one, is this going to be the final one? Was that the final one that we needed? We will find out. And then I've also got this as well. Come on, please be a little bit kind to me this time. Is that going to be... I think it's another brick. It's another brick. Oh, it's being kind. And we discovered some kind of plant life. So I discovered a couple of things there. I also discovered the hoe of growth as well. So these are all other items that we've discovered. And I think at this point, we'll go and place them on my sign. So we actually got a duplicated version of this. We're still looking for this design there. I've already got the gold, but we also have the beetroot seeds. Did we get a hoe before? I don't think we did. We didn't get a hoe, but we do now. So it looks like we've duplicated even more items. A lot of bricks seem to be discovered. A lead. Did we already find a lead before? We did already find a lead before. When it comes to the tower build, my best advice would be to get to the top. Since this is sand and since this is gravel, it's going to be very, very easy for you to destroy blocks as they fall down. So come on, sussy gravel. Give us something. That's not even sussy gravel. Give me something better than what we've discovered so far from you. Oh, it's something a little bit different. It's another piece of dye. This time it is a yellow piece of dye. We found our first hanging sign. This is the oak hanging sign. I think I'm coming to the end of everything. And what I will say at this point is I did sadly lose 2 pieces of sussy gravel. So there's 2 possible items that I didn't manage to get. But besides that, well, a lot of the items that I discovered were incredibly duplicated. But I'm just going to dig out these remaining blocks, and I'll run the cinematics again so you guys can see it in a little bit better detail. So we did discover the yellow dye. I did also discover another friend. So we found 2 pottery shards, but I also managed to get duplicated versions. So I technically found 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the ones that are available. There was a lot of bricks. It was producing a lot of bricks, but I did also get the flower pot. So that is done. I did also discover the coal as well. The hanging sign, like I said, this is the first hanging sign that I managed to find. As for the remaining items I have, I don't think there's anything in my inventory that I already haven't placed down yet, but I'll have one more look. So we managed to completely remove all the blocks needed to uncover the mysteries of this structure. All the sand, gravel, and dirt has been removed, and this is what we have been left with. Now remember, there is, I think it's 2 or 3 alternative versions of this structure, so you're going to have to uncover multiple ones, and it looks like the loot tables are RNG, so you're not necessarily going to find all the items I find, and you're not necessarily going to find all the items as well. It was such a change of pace while doing this, and I had a lot of fun exploring it, and I'm excited to see what your lore theories are. So I have 18 items here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, possibly 21 if there's an extra pane missing items. So if we were to find one of each, you honestly would just be shy of completing it all while exploring just one of these. I hope you did enjoy today's video. We're just going to explore this one more time. This is going to be the cooking area, in my opinion. Maybe a shop, maybe a house, maybe a clothes store. This could also be somewhat similar. Convinced that is going to be some kind of stable that housed animals. This is classed as the tower in the official coding. And I'm not quite sure what this one is, because it really didn't have any items to me that symbolized being very, very unique. But I had a lot of fun doing this. So if you want to see more videos like this, please drop a like. I'll see you all in the next video.